Iansan is the second Bennett. Caveat: in the right situation. What do we mean by right situation? We're all familiar with how Bennett works at this point. You are meant to stay in this circle. Kinich, you move a lot. Yeah, you get out of circle. Yeah, fuck you, Kinich. Iansan is the absolute polar opposite, okay? If Bennett is stand still, then Iansan is... I think that captures her extremely well. Character on field when playing with Iansan has to constantly move to get her buff. Iansan requires us to move. More passion, more energy. That's Iansan. Whee! It's funny how the coach is rewarding the active character for doing cardio exercise. I think that is absolutely on theme for Iansan, and I love that kind of design. Let me create a quick tier list on the main DPS characters that can work well with Iansan. Okay, characters that work well with Iansan. She moves. Alright, hold on. Let me give the tier list something a little meaningful wording to look at. They move. They can move and not be detrimental to their damage. They hate moving. Alright, maybe that should be lower. Meh. I think this is good enough. Let's only put attack scaling DPS up here because Iansan is an attack buffer, so there's not much relevance trying to put characters that is not attack scaling up here. Who's a DPS? This guy's a DPS. This guy's a DPS. She's a DPS. Attack. Alright, that's it. It was not really an attack scaling DPS. They move. They can... Okay, Diluc Plunge specifically can move, but Diluc normal hate moving. I'm just gonna put in meh for now. Chide hates moving. Xiao can move. Ganyun can move during the charge attack. Hu Tao always moving. Eula meh hate moving. Meh can move. Meh. Gaming they move. He moves. Can she move? She's meh. Plunging she can move. We're gonna have to get rid of this tier list because I see that I default to this a lot and it is not very helpful. Hold on. We're gonna have to get this of this and just put people into can or hate moving. Move, can move. Alikino is so iffy. Alikino does have some very snappy attack string that makes her snap to an enemy, but if she's on top of an enemy, then it's very hard for her to move. There we go. That looks about right. Rivalry does not move. No, he's here. I mean, all of these characters can weave in a dash into their combo, but I don't think that is enough for Iansan. For Iansan, they have to be constantly moving. Like, Rivalry can have a dash, Alikino can have a dash in between her combo, Raiden can have a dash in between her combo, but that's not nearly enough. It's like once every 2 or 3 seconds. Caesar Rivalry more? No. That is 5 normal attack and then a dash. That's not moving. Sino moves? No. Sino only moves during his skill outside of burst. Sino doesn't move during his burst when he uses skill. Using skill during burst, he just slams the ground. Entry charge? That is not moving. Entry charge jump is not moving. He stays still. Like when you compare to this, these are all the characters that can whip in dash. These characters, you can see they can move. Xiao is a character that can jump and during his jump he can move. Ganyu is a character here. These are the charge attack bow character that can move during their charge, so they are constantly moving. Diluc, Navia, and Xiao are the characters that can jump, plunge, and moving during the jump. That is why they are here. They can move. And these on top are the characters who has to move and always need to be moving. It is in their character kit that they move when they do damage. But who can do the donut? Hu Tao does the constant charge attack, Gaming dash and plunge, and then he has to dash to chase his doggo, his little manchai thingy. Chlorine always dash, Kinech always moves around. And this is the exact kind of tier list that is representing the synergy with Iansan. When we really look at it, Hu Tao is not a real character that scales a lot with attack, so she's gonna be at the bottom of the tier list. Chlorine is a character that is both electro, which is same element as Iansan, and benefit from Iansan. Chlorine is the biggest Iansan winner. And next up is Kinech, next up is Mahuika and Gaming. Mainly because Bennett still provide a little bit of something for Mahuika and Gaming, that is the Pyro Resonance, and that is easy to get. And there we go. We have the characters that play well with Iansan tier list. Niche benefits most, but he's burned. It's fine. Iansan does not apply electro at all. Like, you know how Bennett, you know how we usually have to use Shangling with Bennett to apply Pyro? What Bennett does is 1, and then he uses burst, and then he never applies pyro again. Bennett never applies pyro again. Same goes for Iansan. Iansan gonna use her skill, use her burst, and then Iansan never applies electro again during the rotation, so we don't have to worry about not being able to burn with Kinech. If we use Shangling with Iansan, if we use Mahuika with Iansan, they're still burning. After all of that analysis, we see the characters that on paper works well with Iansan. If we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into this. Alright, this is my Iansan, okay? So remember how this this is a very stable combo. Well, it's not extremely strong anymore because we can replace Xiangli with Mahuika nowadays. We're gonna see the rise of Iansan Fischl, and that's gonna rival the combo of Bennett Xiangli. And this will be put into quite several middle investment team, the Iansan Fischl combo. If you want to have a second Bennett, or in some case a better Bennett for some characters, Iansan is a good pool. So this is gonna be an example. This account is very Bennett dependent. In this account, I have Navia, Kinich, I have Gaming, and these are the three characters that are very Bennett dependent. The Iansan will absolutely help solve this situation. I believe many other people will also have many characters that is Bennett dependent, but alas, we only have one Bennett up until now, so we can only really play one team with an attack scaler. With the release of the Iansan, it's gonna look something like this: something something, Gaming, Bennett, something something. Then we have Kinich, Iansan, something something, Xiangli to apply Pyro, Emily. We can also do Navia, Iansan. Bennett being Pyro generally makes him a little bit more preferable to play with other Pyro DPS, just still in general. But any DPS that's not really Pyro, go wide, go ham. Benny, Iansan, Sidlali, Mahuika, that is a viable team. Yes, Mahuika suffers from the problem of not having a lot of teammates to play with before. Her teams either require Sidlali or Silonen. Obviously, there are many other versions of teams like using Kachina instead of Silonen, or some copium version of using Pyro Traveler. But we are talking about more optimal teams here. And with the release of Iansan, so Mahuika team usually looks like this. Her team requirement is very strict. She usually needs Bennett, or in this case an attack buffer. She needs a debuffer, so that could be Silonen, or that could be Sucrose, that could be Kazuha. She needs an elemental applicator for her to vaporize or melt. It could be Sidlali, it could be Furina, it could be Yelan. I don't have a Yelan. Among these three characters, the attack buffer, the debuffer or damage bonus, and the elemental applicator, we need at least one natlan character for Mahuika to get her burst back. So in this slot, in the buffer slot, we could use a natlan character that is Silonen. In the elemental applicator slot, we can use a natlan character like Sidlali, and that has been our only option so far. But now it is also open. The new option is that we're using an attack buffer that is from natlan, that is Iansan. So it opens up team making options for Mahuika, and this is quite nice quality of life. You don't use natlan characters with Mahuika. Are you crazy? Yes. Using Mahuika C0, not C1. C1 is okay. Using Mahuika C0 with no natlan character just means that you cannot burst with her very often. And that's it. And the team of Iansan, Bennett, Sidlali, it also works. In this case, we're just kind of replacing Silonen with Iansan, and that's fine. Like the buffer and quote-unquote the debuffer, their roles are somewhat interchangeable, and buffing Mahuika more is also an acceptable way of increasing the team damage.